maybe let's just start with the purpose of Netanyahu's trip. Obviously, he was invited to give this big speech to Congress, but what do you think he's trying to achieve?
Hi, Joumanna. I think he will certainly be there to try and shore up support of Israel, given everything that's happened with the country since October the 7th. He may be trying to get more robust measures against Iran, for example, from the United States and commitments towards that end, given how Israel is effectively battling several of Iran's proxies at the moment. He'll certainly use it to, he'll certainly try and exploit the situation for domestic political purposes. He has said more than once that this will be the fourth time he's going to address Congress, which is more than any other leader in history. He will actually overtake Winston Churchill to become the statesman who's addressed Congress the most times, and he's wanting that to be put out there. So he's very much hoping it also shores up his position at home, where he's facing weekly protests, mass protests, and divisions within his own government. So it's a combination of those things.
And yesterday we were talking about how he was likely to feel emboldened given some of the U.S. political developments of the last couple of weeks, but at least there's more certainty now. Looking ahead, though, again, the race is quite tight between Trump and potentially Harris. Do we have a sense for how U.S. foreign policy may differ towards Israel under a Democrat president versus a Republican president?
That's a big, big question. And I think at the moment the consensus is that Harris would in many ways be the same as Joe Biden. Obviously, if she gets the nomination, we don't know who her foreign policy team would be and whether she would stick with some of the people who have been at the forefront of Biden's efforts towards Israel and the Israel-Hamas war, like Blinken and Jake Sullivan and those ones. But at the moment, people think there'd probably be continuation on that front. Trump is obviously a different matter. He knows Israel very well from his first term in office. He's a bit of a tricky character to read on this front. In some ways, he's given Israel backing to carry on with its war, which is what Netanyahu wants to do until, as he says, Hamas is destroyed. And he said that Trump's essentially said that Israel must do what Israel must do. But at the same time, he's also blamed or come very close to blaming Netanyahu for not preventing the October the 7th attacks and said that they happened under his watch. And he's also told Israel to get on with it, essentially implying that he doesn't want this war in Gaza to continue. So there is a possibility that if Trump comes to power, he could actually be more assertive on Israel and put more pressure on it to wind down operations in Gaza. We'd have to see, but I think Trump is less predictable than Harris.